Hello and welcome to PixelSports presents Goal Table Football Podcast. We are back with our new episode, and this is not a burning question. This is not an episode on any other football match. This is an episode on the greatest of all time, Sunil Chhetri. 16th of May, Thursday, 2024. We have come to know that Sunil Chhetri will be retiring from international football. And this marks an extremely important as well as heartbreaking moment for all Indian football fans, or should I say, DJ, all Indian sports fans in general, because we cannot say Sunil Chhetri, we cannot take him or make him limited to the sport of football alone. His impact has been immense for the last 10 years, especially. He has forayed into terrains which are unknown to football. He has become sort of a brand ambassador of the country, brand ambassador of the sport, and a legend like him retiring obviously calls for a special discussion, and we have gathered here for that very discussion.
Yeah, we knew it was coming, right? Yeah. But again, he's one of the greatest footballers we had in Indian football, and as you say, the sports icon of India. He has immense contribution to the overall football fraternity, the culture, whatever we are currently seeing. Apart from football, the outside activities, the fan culture, everything, he will be remembered forever.
Yes. We will talk about things which are related to football, obviously. But let me first talk about Chhetri personally, because everyone has a Sunil Chhetri memory, right? Every football fan has a Sunil Chhetri memory, a Sunil Chhetri moment. Let us start with whatever is closest to us. What we have experienced, especially DJ has experienced, because DJ has been covering matches as a sports photographer for the last many years now, and he has covered many ISL matches, I-League matches, as well as national team matches. DJ, I want to ask you about your experience of Sunil Chhetri, how you have seen him connecting with the fans, taking football forward. What was it seeing him on the pitch?
See, we are football fans, and most of us follow European football, mainly, and foreign nationals team like Brazil, Argentina. We have seen German fans. In Chandanagar, everyone is a France football team fans. Lately, we are seeing the other team fans like Portugal for Cristiano Ronaldo.
And in Goa, there
is Portuguese. The community itself, they support Portugal from the beginning. So we are seeing that from our childhood. And apart from those foreign national teams and European clubs, as a Bengali, we are part of that Kolkata derby. Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal. Yes. Because Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal is part of our culture. It's not football. So if like today is a Kolkata derby date and I don't watch football, then also I'm getting involved myself in an argument with my fellow supporters or friends, and I have seen
everyone taking a side before the match,
and they have hardcore opinion about this Kolkata derby. So Mohun Bagan East Bengal, you can keep this apart. But in our childhood, in our school days, college days, Indian national football team, we are not connected. Honestly, frankly speaking, I don't remember any kind of fond memories of Indian national football team. Few here and there, SAF championship we have seen, and then sometime we see the foreign nationals team traveled here, we drew with them. We have some very bad moments against big teams. So, but anyhow, it was not connected. We were not like Mohun Bagan versus East Bengal, or even not like the way we support Liverpool or Manchester United or Arsenal or any other European football team.
I remember, DJ, in my childhood, some of the important players would miss Indian team matches.
Yes.
They would just skip the national team matches.
Yes, and then India is a sports-loving country. There is no doubt about it. We love hockey, and then the major sports we love is cricket.
Yes.
And I believe that 1983's World Cup winning is a milestone for cricket to attract everybody towards that game. Before that and after 1983 is totally a different scenario, and credit goes to BCCI as well. They made that sports in a way everyone starts following that, everyone starts falling in love with cricket. Everyone in India, cricket is a big, and there we see Indian national team, because in cricket before IPL it was only Indian national team.
Yes.
And whatever you say, that national anthem, whenever you hear, I was talking to TD, we feel something special.
Absolutely.
Indian national football team never gave that kind of moment to us. Then we see Sunil Chhetri. Then we see this man connected with urging people to support him, shout on them, but come to the ground. You remember the video,
The famous video which will remain in the history of
Indian football. He was urging, please come, we are into the finals, we need your support. And I remember that final, it was a heavy raining in Mumbai Andheri Sports Complex. It's a small ground, but it was full after his kind of urge, after his appeal. And after that we see a change. That is a kind of a it will be remembered. That video will be be on the Indian football archive for sure, and that's a kind of a milestone, we say, right? So after that, this support we get everywhere, we are getting support after that. Every home match, we have very bad performance recently.
Yes.
We talked about it in our podcast.
But
also.
still the crowd support is houseful.
Support is houseful always, in Guwahati, in Kolkata, in Kochi, in Bengaluru SAC Championship we have seen.
And also in away matches.
Away matches also, FC Asian Cup.
Yes.
Recently they went to Saudi against Afghanistan,
Yes.
right? It was only Indians. There's no other supporters from Afghanistan. This credit fully goes to this man.
Yes. Obviously, this credit, we will talk about it in a little more detail, but let me come back to his footballing achievements. Everyone is aware of it, but I just want to reiterate. He made his debut in 2005 against Pakistan. He scored on his debut. And then it was sort of a topsy-turvy ride at the beginning. Myself as a East Bengal supporter, I remember him playing for East Bengal, not having too much success, playing for Mohun Bagan, making his debut in the Kolkata field for Mohun Bagan, coming back to Mohun Bagan once again, but not having much success back then. But for national team, he has scored 94 goals in 151 matches. He has won 4 SAF championships. One-time AFC Challenge Cup winner, and he remains the only modern day Indian footballer to have played 3 AFC Asian Cups. And he has also won national accolades like Arjuna, the Khel Ratna, Padma Shri. So you name one award or one accolade, it is there in his kitty. But eventually, I was talking about how his career did not really take off in the first half. Starting from 2005 until 2004-5 until 2010-11, because in the meantime we saw him trying to go abroad, trying to play for Kansas City Wizards, trying to play for Sporting Lisbon, but those were sort of failed attempts. Then came 2013, and I believe it's a watershed event in Indian football. The establishment of Bengaluru FC and Sunil Chhetri being a part of that team right from the beginning. And 2013, pre-Bengaluru and post-Bengaluru, Sunil Chhetri is completely different. My theory is that after his failure in international circuit, finally Chhetri decided to focus all of his energy towards the national team, because a player like Chhetri is bound to be ambitious. And this kind of an ambitious player needs some sort of concrete target. And his concrete target was to take in the Indian national team to new territories. And then began this post-Bengaluru phase.
Yes, and even everyone says Chhetri is a better player in Indian national team compared to his club.
And connected.
And this one also, I've just add one point. The success of Bengaluru FC and success of Sunil Chhetri almost synonymous.
Yes.
Because Bengaluru FC also, within 10 years, they achieved so many things. It's a new club. They achieved everything. They won I-League.
They won everything.
ISL, they won everything. So it's kind of like both of the party helped together to achieve.
It was a match made in heaven. But connected to this was the establishment of the fan clubs, the fan culture, as DJ was talking about. We know how blue pilgrims are extremely important. But DJ, how do you see this evolution of fan culture through these fan clubs?
Yeah, we never seen Indian footballers well connected with fan group. We have seen Indian footballers very well connected with photographers, journalists, that I see every day. But with the fan groups, it was very rare at that time. You remember? I don't think you remember anyone connecting with the fan groups
not
in our
at
childhood.
all.
I don't see.
No,
that.
and that's also it has also got to do with the lack of communication skills of certain players.
Yes. So, and another one is fan culture is very important. We have seen everywhere, right? And mainly in Europe, we have seen how big the activities they do for their respective clubs. And I have seen personally the away players, means the foreign players, they were more connected because this West Block Blues, it is a new kind of fan culture was growing at that moment, 10 years back when they started. Then we see Manjappara. Manjappara is like huge.
I think you were there in Bengaluru when this culture was started.
I see. I was shocked to see this. They have anthem. They have 4 or 5 lines for each players, and it was printed and they kept it in every set, so you get it. So it was new for me.
Something absolutely new.
It was very new for me when I went there. They were playing a different stadium at that time, Bengaluru Stadium, and after that this Manjappara is huge. The number of supporters they have, the fan group itself is huge. EB Ultras and Mariners has always played a big crucial role because of their legacy, because of the number of fan following East Bengal and Mohun Bagan, both of them having. Then we have Highlanders Brigade.
Yes.
There's Northeast United. They are also very passionate about their football, right? We know Northeast, how they play football. Almost 70% or 60% of the players we currently having from Northeast. So they have a very attachment. That attachment is very close to football. West Coast Brigade played a huge role there. And then they together formed this Blue Pilgrims. And this man is very well connected. The first Indian footballers who were very close to the West Block Blues and these Blue Pilgrims.
Yes. I think his upbringing, the way Sunil Chhetri hails from a major town, he hails from Delhi. He's a Delhiite boy.
Yes.
And his friendship, I want to bring this to focus. It has nothing to do with football, but his friendship with Virat Kohli, the mutual admiration between the national team captain of cricket and football. I think that also played a huge role in popularizing the sport.
And also, whenever few press conference I attended of Sunil Chhetri, you love to listen him.
He's very articulate.
Great orator. He can convince you. He is very vocal about his topics, and he knows what he is talking.
Yes, I think TD was saying just before the start of this episode that whenever Sunil Chhetri talks about European football as well, he's the only one about whom you feel he knows.
He knows, and even
he follows football. He knows modern day football.
And once he also mentioned that if he went to Europe 10 years back, means around 2004 or 2005, probably it would have been a better, or it would have been a different situation for him. I remember one press conference before SAF Championship semi-finals. It was a joint press conference of all 4 semi-finalists: Lebanon, Bangladesh, Kuwait, and India.
Yes.
4 teams, 4 coaches, and 4 captains. It was 10 minutes session for each team, and most of the question we asked to coaches, because we asked the strategy, and the different tactics against opponent players, injuries. But for Indian, like when we started with Mahesh Gowli and Sunil Chhetri, because Igor Stimac was suspended, you remember?
Yes.
Before the game. So we started with, it was only Sunil Chhetri, and that went on more than 45 minutes. Everyone asking, and everyone he was answering so patiently, elaborately, and the other journalists from different nations, they are also in love with him. I saw a couple of posts from Bangladesh journalists today. They're also saying the same. We never seen a guy in football in Asia specifically,
or in South Asia,
in South, to be precise, can answer brilliantly to all the questions we ask.
And this goes on to show the level of professionalism that Sunil Chhetri tried to bring in.
Yes.
He personified discipline, personified the way a player should maintain oneself. He has played till the age of 39 years, which is sort of unprecedented for an Indian player, especially an outfield player, a striker. Tends to fade away after a point. And it is not that he started late. He also made his debut very early, and he kept on playing for 20 years almost for the national team. So it speaks volumes about his level of professionalism. But also, since DJ was talking about his articulateness, the way he can put forward his views, I think Sunil Chhetri has a lot more important roles to play when it comes to Indian football. He can sort of become the Sunil Gavaskar for Indian football, because he is very articulate, he has a vision, he knows how modern football runs. And I think, and I sincerely hope that we see a second innings of Sunil Chhetri, where he comes into football management, whether as a manager or as an administrator. He has to have a prolonged impact on Indian football in order for Indian football to go forward. Because I remember, I will not take names, but I remember earlier Indian captains, they would say before big matches that we don't have any chance. I remember specific captains.
Yes.
And then came Sunil Chhetri, who said we will fight till the last minute against any team that we play.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
this mentality can only be brought in the setup, in the administrative setup by someone like Sunil Chhetri.
Yeah, his intelligence, his brain, and we probably need him in mainly in the administration part. We miss the brain probably. I don't see any planning. So currently what Arsene Wenger is doing, Sunil Chhetri can do the same for Indian football.
And he will be a better person. But finishing with a burning question, we did not start with a burning question, but this question is extremely burning. Who after Sunil Chhetri? We have discussed this many times before.
Yes.
Who after Sunil Chhetri when it comes to football, when it comes to the number 9 spot, when it comes to the striker?
So we asked the same thing to Sunil Chhetri and Igor Stimac as well, and they always say, Sunil, I remember Sunil said in one of the press conference that we ask Rahim Ali, we ask Ishan Pandita or the other players to play in the number 9 position for the respective clubs, but they never get a chance. And we also talked about before Asian Cup, you remember that, and Igor Stimac responded with the same answer.
And Sunil Chhetri has repeated the same thing in his final video.
In his
and farewell video, he has said the same.
Those places are crowded with the foreign players, and you can't ask one player suddenly to play in number 9 position day in day out, week after week. They play in wing. Mostly they play in wing, and suddenly you are asking. So you need a permanent solution, not a quick fix here. So I don't know who. I don't see anyone currently, but again, Sunil Chhetri, you cannot become Sunil Chhetri in one day, right? You have to give time. So it can be any new, fresh face who plays in number 9 position. Can be David, can be Lalrinjwala, can be even Vikram Pratap Singh can also play that if he continues playing in that. We have seen in couple of ISL matches he played in that position. He played good, but again they had Pereira, so he get number 9 opportunity only if Pereira is not there. Otherwise, he also plays in the wing. So that's a problem. But anyway, we have to find a permanent solution for that. It will create a vacuum for some time now, for sure.
Yes. So it almost feels like the way we felt when Sachin Tendulkar retired.
Yes.
We have a somber ending to this episode. We cannot be too excited about this retirement, but it was inevitable. It was bound to happen, especially after the recent debacles in Indian football. But the only thing we can say in conclusion to Mr. Sunil Chhetri is salute.
Yes. And let's win it for him on 6th June.
Yes.